In today's video, I'm gonna dive into something that's on a lot on our minds, building a long-term strategy for our UGC creator career. I will cover a bunch of important stuff to help us plan and grow our creator journey. We are always so busy with the daily grind of making content that we sometimes forget to zoom out and think about the bigger picture. But no worries, I got some tips I want to share with you to help build a solid long-term strategy. We look into setting clear goals, understanding our audience, diversifying our content, building a community, monetizing our content, and staying resilient. Each of these pieces is super important for building a sustainable and successful career as a UGC creator. I remember when I first started out, I was all over the place. I had so many ideas, but no real direction. It was like trying to drive without a map. But then I started setting clear, achievable goals, and it changed everything. Right now, I'm envisioning I want to be in the next 6 months, a year, and even 5 years, growing my audience, collaborating with brands, and monetizing my content are all on my radar. I find it incredibly helpful to write these goals down and keep them visible as a daily reminder. For example, one of my ongoing goals is to grow my audience. I am setting specific milestones, like increasing my followers by 20% within a quarter. This gives me a tangible target to work towards, and it keeps me motivated and focused. So take some time today to write down your goals, break them into smaller, achievable milestones, and keep them somewhere you can see them every day. For instance, if you want to grow your audience, you might set a goal to post yourself 3 times a week and engage with your followers through comments and messages. If you're aiming to collaborate with brands, you could set a goal to reach out to 5 potential sponsors each month. These small steps will help you stay on track and make steady progress. When I first started, I was just making stuff that I thought was awesome, but I didn't really think about what's going to watch it. It was like I was talking to myself, but then I started paying attention to my audience, and everything changed. I started looking at the data, reading the comments, and even reaching out to my followers directly. I realized that my audience was looking for something specific, and I needed to give it to them. Once I started creating content that really spoke to their needs and preferences, my engagement rate started to grow. So take some time to analyze your audience data. Look at what type of content get the most engagement and pay attention to the comments and messages you receive. Use that information to tailor your content to what your audience wants. For example, if you notice that your audience loves behind the scene content, consider creating more of those type of videos. If they frequently ask questions in the comments, start a weekly Q&A session to address their queries directly. And if you find this video valuable, give it a thumbs up. Your support means a lot and helps me know that this content is useful to you. Originally, I was comfortable with the same old formats, but I realized that to keep my audience engaged and to reach new people, I needed to mix things up. So I have been trying out different formats like recordings like this, educational videos, tutorials, entertaining. It's not just about keeping my audience engaged. It's also about keeping myself excited about what I'm doing. A new content format this week. It could be a live stream, a podcast episode, or even a series of short videos. See how your audience reacts and adjust based on their feedback. For example, if you usually post long-form videos, try a short-form series on TikTok or Instagram Reels. If you have never done a live stream, plan a live Q&A session where your audience can interact with you in real time. Running a website can be a real pain. There is so much to keep track of, like managing your domain, making sure your server is up and keeping your site running smoothly. It can really eat up a lot of your time and energy. That's why I started Dummy Server. We have been helping business owners for over 20 years, taking care of all those little details that can be sometimes consuming. We handle all technical stuff so you can focus on what you really love doing. With Dummy Server, you don't have to worry about any of that. We manage your domain, keep your server and hosting running, and make sure your WordPress site is always up and running. It's all about making your life easier and letting you concentrate on your projects. So let us handle the heavy lifting. If you ever need a hand, just let me know. I will leave a link to Dummy Server in the description below. Feel free to check it out and see how we can help you out. You know, when you have a community, it's like having a team. It's not just about the numbers. It's about the connection and the support, like hosting events, both online and offline, can really bring your audience together. When you respond to comments and engage with your followers on social media, it makes a huge difference. People get way more invested when they feel like they are part of something bigger. For example, you could host a monthly live stream where you discuss a specific topic and invite your audience to participate. If you have any questions or want to share your own experiences, use the keyword long-term to know you got this far. You know, at the end of the day, we all need to pay the bills. So let's talk about how to turn your content into something that can support you. I have been diving deep into this lately, and I have picked up some important tips. One of the first things I learned is that it is okay to ask for support. Whether it is setting up a Patreon page, looking for sponsorships, or even just asking your audience to buy your merchandise, there are plenty ways to bring in some cash. Let's keep this conversation going and help each other succeed. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this one. Being a creator isn't a smooth ride, and you know that. There are definitely highs and lows, and there are times when it feels like you are spinning your wheels and not getting anywhere. When I first started out, I was so sensitive to criticism, especially from myself. A single negative comment could ruin my day, and if my follower count didn't spike right away, I will get really down on myself. But I eventually realized that these setbacks are just part of the journey. They are not the end of the road. They are just bumps along the way. Now, whenever I hit a rough patch, I take a moment to remind myself of all the progress I have made. I think about how far I have come and all the things I have learned along the way. It helps me stay motivated, and it keeps me moving forward even when things get tough. So I encourage you to write down your achievements and setbacks. Take some time to reflect on how far you have come and use that as a motivation to keep going. Remember, every setback is an opportunity to learn and grow. If you get negative feedback, see it as a chance to improve your content. If your growth seems slow, remind yourself of the progress you have made and the skills you have developed along the way. Stay positive and keep pushing forward. That's it for today's video.